G'day, this is Tom. This is a bit of an update on what I'm doing with Envion today. So today I bought more Envion, and it's something I've been thinking about doing for some time. I've been watching the price sitting about the 40 to 45 cent mark and thinking about where the price was when we first bought into the ICO around the dollar or 70 cent mark, and thinking I believed in the project then. What's really changed now, and now we're getting so close to that point where things are actually hopefully going to be starting to happen and getting closer to dividends being paid. Why not buy more now? Okay, so the price now 43 cents, very cheap. So even though there's been a lack of recent news, and there has been a delay in paying the dividends, which it has a lot of people quite upset, I still have confidence that the team can deliver. Maybe not 161% dividend straight away, as there's definitely not going to be, that won't be the first dividend payment, but so I think at least something for token holders to receive something. I think they certainly do deserve something. We've been waiting long enough. Would be a really big confidence booster, and perhaps it will help to increase the token price as well. So some of the thoughts of me like a lot of people have sold their Envion. I've decided to hold on to mine. I still believe in the project. I guess it is a risk. There's a risk with anything. This is a new startup. The bad things that could perhaps happen, worst case scenario. So Envion may not be able to logistically follow through with the model that they've come up with. There may be more breakdowns and problems than they've thought about, and they may not have the technicians to be able to service such a large amount of MMUs. The supplier, like the energy providers, may not be as willing to have Envion come on board with them, and as which is expected, and that the 161 return is based on them being accepted. The need for mining may decrease. The proof of stake with coins like EOS and Ethereum using proof of stake, Cardano. Maybe that sort of thing will become more and more prevalent. So the need for blockchain mining may reduce. Hopefully that won't happen. Like blockchain, there is so much activity out in the blockchain area that it's something that will continue to grow. It's still very early days, but I'm just thinking of some of the possibilities. They may just fold up and exit. They might just disappear. I mean, we don't know. This is definitely putting a lot of trust in Envion to come through. So they could fold. Envion token holders could lose everything, and just, I mean, you never invest more than you're willing to lose. So I mean, it's always a possibility. What can you do? But it's a risk. The good though, I mean, that's just some of the negatives. Perhaps looking at the good side of things, if things do go as planned, a passive income, and that's one of the things that really appeals to me about Envion, is not the token price going up. I'd be happy if the token price stayed around the dollar, or maybe if it went up, even better. That's awesome. But if it stays the same and pays a passive income to holders, pays that dividend, whether it's 161%, that's fantastic to say that down the track when there's 600 MMUs mining, but that's not realistic right now. So if they're able to pay 10%, 20%, 50% within the next 6 months, then fantastic. That's a return, more of a return that you're going to receive from a bank. So I think confidence would be definitely regained from people if they were to pay those dividends, which is hopefully going to happen soon. and that will in turn increase the value of the token. And I think another good thing about Envion is supporting and playing a part in the growth of blockchain in general, in a sustainable way, and it's environmentally friendly long term. So as the power prices increase and it gets less viable for miners to use, to mine and pay high electricity costs, Envion will be ready and have the infrastructure and the contracts in place to be able to provide the mining at a lower cost. And hope, and that will be a good thing. And I'm sure this is what they've got in mind. And if adopted, if things do go well for Envion, perhaps things could take off faster than they've expected. There may be new areas, new markets open up, new uses for mining. It may be a bit of a snowball effect where the demand increases, therefore our dividends could be higher than first thought. So I think there's a lot going on with the psychology of Envion holders at the moment. Credit card purchasers can't sell. They need to hold their tokens for 6 months. I can understand they'd be very frustrated. They probably seeing this price plummet. There's other opportunities out the market. They want to take their money out and put it into something rather than see it just going down and doing nothing. I can understand that will be frustrating. Hopefully that will turn out to be a positive thing when the dividends start coming through. I guess that is always a risk of paying with credit card. Has to be expected. Those funds are going to be locked up for 6 months, so something that must have been in the back of people's minds, I guess. Everything on Facebook, all the posts I'm seeing are pretty much negative about Envion being a scam. Where's my tokens? Why can't I get them? And so that's not a good thing. But once again, I think it's people want instant. They want things right away. They're not willing to sort of wait for it. And when they bought in at the ICO, there was all the hype and the excitement about getting 161 returns. The reality is they may not get that 161% for some time, if they ever do. It's a risky thing to get into. I believe the team is working hard and they're doing all they can to get towards that goal, and hopefully some confidence will come back in and help bring the price back up once the dividends are paid. Holders are in big losses right now. It's only human to be doubtful. People that paid $1, and there's people holding quite a lot of tokens. A lot to one person is different to another person. So someone has 200,000 tokens, someone has 2,000 tokens. That can both mean a lot to both of those people, and obviously they're not wanting to see their investments go down to nothing. And so there's just a lot of skepticism. There hasn't been a lot of updates. So hopefully soon, in the next week or two, we'll see that update and give some more clarity onto what's going on, and hopefully we can look forward to a brighter future with Envion. So I guess the reality is they've put in the hard work. The dividend payments are getting closer. Envion, they've been developing their prototypes for the MMUs ready for mass production, and that is apparently is in process. They're making the racks are full of mining gear. They're mining away. The MMUs are being built. Who knows how many? I guess we'll find out soon. So they have put in the hard work is being put in now. So it's as a time to just hold on a bit longer, see how things go, see what see what comes out, and as investors, professional investors say, buy when there's blood in the streets, and at the moment there's definitely a lot of red. There's blood in the streets with Envion. It's a really low price. So if if you are still passionate about Envion, now is the time to buy, and you may reap those future rewards. Of course, that is a risk. And sometimes no news is good news. So hopefully we can expect some good news in the next update, and hopefully that will help to boost that price up a bit. So I bought some more today. I'm holding them. I understand the risks, and I just thought I'd have a quick look at the top holders of Envion. So the top holder is 7.8 million Envion tokens, and if we go down to say the top the 50th ranked holder has 137,000. The 100th ranked 94,000. So there's people these people have a lot invested, as you could imagine, and as does everyone else right down the list. So these people, Envion is hopefully going to do the right thing by these people and pay out on these dividends. Just on some of the feedback that's been on, George Paraffin has been good enough to take some of Lawrent's comments from the Telegram group and put them up on the Envion group. So there's a few responses there. So there's a question here. So I think George has just sort of pasted in other people's comments and answers from Laurent. But there was a question, how's everything looking? Any interesting leads from the conferences? Because Envion's been at a lot of conferences. And Laurent has said, maybe you've heard of this little startup called Shell. Their head of innovation holds Envion. So that's just something interesting, a little bit of, I guess, a teaser of information. So yeah, interesting. If you do have a bit of look through the Envion site, there was some on the 26th as well. Just Lawrence saying the mining dashboard is not actually a live dashboard, so it's just an example. And the update, or at least. So someone's asked, hi Laurent, I don't post hardly, but could you give us an update or at least tell us when to expect one? I have invested and got some of my family to invest, and they're all asking me. And that, I guess there's a lot of people that are in the same situation. So Lauren said it will be in the next few days. Tuesday is a holiday, so after that, but very soon. And hopefully that means it's going to be soon. What else? Yeah, nothing really there. So hopefully soon we can get that update and see how things go from there. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, you thought there was something of value to you in watching this this video, please do subscribe, like it, leave any comments below, and yeah, thanks for your time.